so we can spot them. So now you can stand up. If you're on Ingrid's staff or her team, stand up so we can spot you. So you'll know who they are. But this is the time that we can get a question or two for Ingrid. By the way, Ingrid, when I was growing up and knew about people, we thought forbearance was they were out of forbear. We totally misunderstood the meaning. We've got a question from Glenn.
Glenn Hayes, Neighborhood Housing Services in Orange County, California. That why, and I'm sure it's not you that's doing it, but why has Freddie and Fannie now decided that homebuyer education is not required for their low-down and no-down products?
Loans from Freddie and Fannie. Can you give us a hint of what was it?
I don't know about Fannie, but our home possible mortgages require counseling on the servicing side, but not on the origination side.
Okay, so the question is, why wouldn't it be required on the servicing side, Lynn? Is that it? On the smaller side? On the origination side?
I don't know. I'll have to ask the credit people. You know, the origination policies. It sounds to me like I think that part of the problem is, which is why we're doing our pilot. So I think that's a very good question.
Well, we like the question. We're not quite ready with the answer, but she'll explore it.
No, I'm going to answer some of it. Part of the problem, or part of the challenge that we face, is really collecting the tangible evidence that shows the cause and effect, that relationship between counseling and homeownership. That's one of the reasons that we have funded the project on the servicing side. I think that we have a lot more understanding to do there, and I don't know, where we're going to go with that. And that's definitely something that I can take back to the credit gurus and the people who sponsor the product development to find out why that changed. Because I remember when I was chief credit officer, we did have some requirements for counseling on the low and no down payment programs, and now I'm understanding what you're saying. So I'll take that back as possibly something that we can explore on our affordable products to make sure that we're doing the right things in the beginning all the way through to the end, and not just supporting and counseling once the customer's in trouble.
City of Savannah housing department. We just recently started a home purchase assisted home purchase program for our employees. And what we decided in our department as we're going forward, we just had our first closing on yesterday. We're going to do a post-purchase counseling program. And we're also going to do it for the other people that are in our loan portfolio. So we found some of the information that we're getting so far is the same thing. The people are afraid, they don't really have the information, they didn't know what was available to them. My question to you is, does any of your staff, will any of your staff be available if we need you to come, or we can get additional information from you as we go forward with starting our post-purchasing counseling program?
It's here in the pink blouse to talk to you about what services we provide there to help you get started with that.
In charge of our outreach, and Robin and her team do a lot of training with counselors. So that can be a big help for you as you're getting started to train the counselors.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Lisa Martinez. Did Freddie Mac servicing the best practices guidelines that may address the services that housing counselors provide and the options that are available? You listed them as restructuring mortgages, repayment, forbearance. In the grand scheme of things, is there an effort to conduct an underlying assessment as to whether the loan itself is predatory or maybe the type of loan that is itself difficult to maintain and perhaps the cause of the foreclosure or impending foreclosure?
I think that's a question really by. So I know that we have anti-predatory reviews on loans that come through our doors to make sure that our lenders are complying with anti-credit requirements and with our requirements. We do not purchase predatory loans. I think that in analyzing the loan to see if it was even the right structure for that customer, that's going to be part of the loss mitigation process. I don't know that we actually put that on our best practices website But I think that what we do put on the website is to really encourage the servicers to make sure that they are making the first call a productive call. So we have early call campaigns and dialers. Make it more than just a get the money in the door call. Try to do it with root cause as possible. When you can get to borrowers early, you have a better likelihood of mitigating the loss. And I'm not going to stand here and say that everybody's going to stay in the house, because sometimes they can't. And it's up to all of us to be realistic about that. But they don't have to go to foreclosure, and that's what you want to try to avoid, is the traumatic effect of foreclosure. So as you look at all of the loss mix strategies, from a modification, so maybe they got into an ARM loan and they aren't likely to get a payment increase, and they're already an income increase, and they're already defaulting before this payment shock even happens. You know, part of the strategy might be to consider a fixed rate if the note rate is amenable to them. But those are the kinds of looking at the mortgages that we encourage. But we also do require that our services make sure that they aren't selling us predatory loans, and we are looking at the loans when they come to the door on a sampling basis.
I want to thank INGRID